I went to the dentist recently, and it reminded me how anxiety tends to kick in. Dentists, doctors, we sort of want to put on our best impression of ourselves and talk about how much we exercise and how often we're flossing and all the ways that we're taking care of things. And that person is in a unique position to look at us and tell us you're doing it wrong. You're not taking care of yourself the way you ought to. You're slacking off in some respect. And so anxiety tends to set in. Well, funny enough, when people meet with a financial planner or a wealth manager, there's a tendency for that very first meeting to have a lot of anxiety. So I want to talk to you about that today. Financial planning doesn't have to be stressful. And particularly that very first meeting, clients tell us and studies show, can have a lot of anxiety leading up to it. And so we want to just set some expectations about what you're going to find and what you're not going to find. For starters, you're not going to find a stuffy conference room with a big oak table and a bunch of office chairs around it. The conference room is actually set up like a living room. We want you to be at home. We want you to be comfortable. We want to invite you in to a conversation. We want to learn about you. We want to learn about your values, your priorities, your goals. We also want to learn about your history, where you came from. What's your perspective on money? Did you grow up and money was a plentiful thing, or was it a scarce thing? Was money something you feared, or was money simply a tool that you used? Did your parents talk about it pretty freely, or was it kind of a hush-hush subject? Learning how you feel about money, your approach to it, your mindset is crucial. And then, if you're in a relationship, learning about how your spouse and your children and any other significant folks in that decision-making process, how are they wired? What are their goals and priorities, and how does all of that fit together? We go through a long process of learning more about you, but we start it in that initial meeting to uncover what your priorities and values are, what your goals are, and what significant relationships you want to bless throughout your life. We also aim to give you an opportunity to learn more about us, to learn more about our values, to learn more about how we serve, what our process is like, and our interaction is like, and what that cadence of communication is. And ultimately, that first conversation is really about getting to know one another and see if it's a fit. Are we going to be able to add the value that you are really looking for? Are we the right firm for you? And really, quite frankly, are you the type of client that's gonna be successful and thrive with us? Because it's not always a perfect match. We want to make sure that it's going to be a good relationship on a long-term basis. Now, what you won't get in a first meeting is you won't get pressure. You won't get us trying to get you to agree to a particular commitment. We're not going to be putting any contracts in your face. In fact, it's really important to us that no business gets done in the very first appointment, because there's still a lot that we need to do to understand your situation. Then we've got to go hide in our cave for a little bit, do some thoughtful work about how we might be able to come together and add value to your situation. And then we can get together in a second appointment and lay out a game plan for what it could look like to work together. Another important thing you're not going to get in a first meeting with us is a bill. We're never going to charge you for that time. We want to get to know who you are. We want to get to know what's important. We aren't looking to get money out of your pocket. So it's really about finding that fit and identifying if it makes sense for us to work together beyond that. So if you got some anxiety around getting together, talking to a financial planner, cracking the book open on wealth management and what your future really looks like, give us a call. Let's have a cup of coffee, sit down and have a chat, and see if there might be an opportunity for us to partner together and turn your life into a lasting legacy.